So in the last 6 or 7 years, Perception's focus has really been in these dual parallel worlds of science fiction and science fact. We spend half of our time designing futuristic technologies for films, and then we spend the other half of our time collaborating with real-world technology giants on next-generation user experiences. The film work always revolves around coming up with ideas for technology for these characters, whether it's holograms, touchscreens, gadgetry. We get to work on some really bleeding-edge visuals for these films. We've worked on mostly Marvel movies over the years, which we're extremely proud of and very honored to be a collaborator on. After Iron Man 2, we actually did a lot of concept development on Iron Man 3. We did a lot of work on Avengers, the first Avengers, with a lot of monitors for S.H.I.E.L.D. We even did some phone screens in that film. We worked on Thor 2, Dark World, where we got to design all of Natalie Portman's gadgets, which are very unique in that she makes them by hand in her garage. They have to have a certain look and feel to them that feels consistent with who her character is. We worked on the second Avengers, Age of Ultron, where we got to actually build and design the entire main and end title sequence, which is really a dream come true project for us and for me personally, which was nominated at South by Southwest this year. We worked on Captain America 2, Winter Soldier, did a ton of work in that film, such as Nick Fury's heads-up display in his car. His whole windshield lights up during an amazing car chase early in the film. We designed the character of Zola, which is that AI monitor that Captain America and Black Widow face off against in a bunker. A great scene in the film. We worked on Captain America 3, Civil War, which we'll be able to showcase later on this year. We're working on Doctor Strange, and really done a lot of conceptual development along the way for many other Marvel films as well. Some of the other science fiction films that we've gotten to work on were RoboCop, where we got to do all the heads-up displays of all the different robots throughout the film, which is a lot of fun for us and a really great storytelling challenge. We worked on Men in Black 3, we worked on the Europa Report, and most recently we did Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, where we did a ton of Batcave monitors and graphics, Batmobile monitors. We did a Lex OS operating system, which was just a ton of fun as well. So for us, it's very inspirational to do all this work in films because it really feeds directly into the real technology projects. You know, science fiction has always inspired science fact, and now what was once inspiration from literature into technology is now coming from films. And we like to think that we're right in the heart of that.
Yeah, and on the technology side, we got to work with a ton of global companies that are on the bleeding edge. SpaceX, which is the real Tony Stark, Elon Musk. A Canadian company, CAE, we redesigned the UI for a flight simulator that the instructor uses to control the actual simulation, so they control the weather and different types of malfunctions like engine malfunctions, things like that. Ton with different automobile companies, GM, Mercedes, BMW, a lot of autonomous experiences within those worlds. Ford, we got to work on a dream project of mine. I'm a Ford fanatic. We got to design the digital gauge cluster for a supercar coming out in 2017. We also designed an experience at the Shanghai Auto Show for FCA, which was the future of Jeep, where people got to sit in this beautifully designed buck that FCA created and experience what the future of the Jeep would be like. Some of the other companies that we work with, Visa, a lot of people don't think that they're a technology company, but they are on the bleeding edge. IBM, we're working on the Watson Initiative, which is the closest thing to Jarvis right now.
Yeah.
There's Microsoft, which we get to work with the future of Xbox in that division, and we've also worked with HoloLens and the folks in that division as well. Samsung's another client that we work with consistently. And then we do a ton of VR and AR work now, which is, I think, a really interesting space, especially for us because it's the perception of what your mind sees and what's actually there. It's a magical realm that's just ripe for some interesting creative, and I think it's going to be very special when everybody starts to use it mainstream.
So definitely a lot of really interesting emerging technologies, a lot of new challenges coming our way, which gets us all very, very inspired, and we're really excited to share the next chapter of Perception with the world, so stay tuned.